Johnathan Smith was only 21 years old when he took the stage and swam with Kandu, the mighty orca. He had his skepticism initially, but despite that, he was reassured of his safety by other SeaWorld officials. But soon he would quickly realize that his skepticism shouldn't have gone unchallenged, as during his performance in front of a live audience, he would be viciously attacked by Kandu the orca. Kandu suddenly grabbed Smith with her razor-sharp teeth and dragged him to the bottom of the tank. The crowd watched in horror as Johnathan was thrashed around like a chew toy, only for him to be brought back to the surface and spit out by the orca, leaving a lasting scar on the young trainer. This is the shocking story of an orca attack on Johnathan Smith. Johnathan Smith grew up with a passion for animals that would shape his career path. From a young age, John knew he wanted to work with marine life. As he progressed through school, John's interest only grew stronger. He was the kind of student who was always eager to learn more about the world around him. After graduating, John faced a pivotal decision. He applied for positions at aquariums, research institutions, and wildlife rehabilitation centers around the country, eager to find a job that would allow him to make a difference for marine life. Eventually, he landed a job as a trainer at SeaWorld, a dream come true. At SeaWorld, John had the opportunity to participate in educational programs aimed at raising awareness about marine conservation. He led the interactive presentations for school groups, teaching children about the importance of protecting the ocean and its inhabitants. John's passion for his work was evident in every interaction while training the animals. Kandu, number 5, was born in the ocean, but soon found herself captured off the coast of Iceland on October 12, 1977. SeaWorld acquired her shortly thereafter, and she was transferred to their park in San Diego in December of the same year. Kandu's life in captivity began, marked by both moments of training success and underlying struggles. As a dominant orca, Kandu exhibited traits of leadership within her pod. Despite her occasional difficulties with waterworks, she proved to be reliable in her training, earning the respect of her handlers at SeaWorld. Her intelligence and adaptability made her a valuable asset to the park's performances and educational programs. In the realm of motherhood, Kandu experienced both joy and heartbreak. After mating with a male named Winston, she became pregnant with her first calf. Tragically, the calf was stillborn on January 31st, 1986, a devastating loss for Kandu. However, hope bloomed anew when she mated with Orca 2, a male orca who had recently joined the San Diego park. Kandu became pregnant again, and on September 23, 1988, she gave birth to a healthy female calf named Orchid. The dynamic within the small pod of orcas at SeaWorld shifted with the arrival of Orca 2 and Corky 2, another female orca. Corky and Orchid formed a close bond, much to Kandu's displeasure. As a fiercely protective mother, Kandu struggled to accept Corky's influence on her daughter. Tragedy struck on August 21, 1989, during a routine performance. As Corky and Orchid performed together in the main show pool, Kandu, seething with jealousy, charged at Corky in an attempt to assert her dominance. In a tragic twist of fate, Kandu collided with the pool wall, fracturing her jaw and severing a major artery. Kandu was rushed out of the show pool, but despite efforts to save her, she succumbed to the injuries due to severe blood loss. It was a routine day at SeaWorld, with visitors watching the performance of the marine animals. Among the trainers was Johnathan Smith. The atmosphere shifted abruptly when Kandu V, a notorious killer whale known for her aggression, launched a vicious attack on Johnathan. The audience watched in horror as Kandu grabbed Johnathan with her powerful jaws and dragged him to the bottom of the pool. Despite the excruciating pain and profuse bleeding, Johnathan remained remarkably composed, waving to the shocked onlookers in an attempt to maintain calm. However, the ordeal was far from over as another orchid, Keanu, joined the fray, relentlessly slamming into Johnathan as he struggled to stay afloat. For almost 2.5 minutes, Johnathan endured the onslaught, sustaining severe injuries including cuts, bruised ribs, and internal organ damage. Miraculously, he managed to break free and escape from the pool, but the trauma of the attack would linger long after. Reflecting on the harrowing experience, Johnathan spoke of his fear and uncertainty during those agonizing moments underwater. Despite his ongoing recovery, he expressed concern for the safety of others, urging caution in future interactions between trainers and killer whales. SeaWorld, facing scrutiny and criticism in the wake of the incident, asserted that they had implemented significant changes to their practices to prevent such incidents from occurring again. They emphasized their commitment to the well-being of their marine animals and highlighted their efforts in research and conservation. Despite SeaWorld's assurances, the attack served as a reminder of the inherent risk associated with keeping wild animals in captivity. Kandu's violent outburst was not an isolated incident, but rather a manifestation of her distress and confinement, echoing similar incidents involving other captive orcas in the past and even Kandu as well. In the wake of the terrifying incident at SeaWorld, Johnathan Smith, now a former trainer, took legal action against the park, alleging negligence and wrongdoing that led to his traumatic injuries. Smith's lawsuit was filed in San Diego Superior Court and targeted SeaWorld and its parent company, Harcourt Brace Jovanovich, along with 35 unnamed individuals. The lawsuit sought unspecified damages for the harm caused by the killer whales during the performance. Johnathan claimed that despite his lack of formal training to work with orcas in the pool, SeaWorld officials assured him of the safety of participating in the shows, concealing the dangerous proprieties of the orcas from him. The lawsuit alleged various charges against SeaWorld and its parent company, including negligence, fraud, battery, and infliction of emotional distress. Johnathan's injuries, including bruised kidneys, ribs, and a 6-inch laceration on his liver, required hospitalization for 9 days, but the emotional and physical scars remained. The incident left a lasting impact on John as he continued to grapple with the aftermath of the attack. Smith was employed as a leasing agent after the SeaWorld ordeal and emphasized that his lawsuit was not motivated by financial compensation, but rather by a desire to prevent others from experiencing similar harm. He recounted the experience that earned him the nickname Jonah among his colleagues, reflecting on the moment when he feared for his life as the killer whale dragged him underwater. Despite the legal action, SeaWorld officials remained tight-lipped, with spokeswoman Jackie Hill declined to comment on the lawsuit. Meanwhile, SeaWorld President Robert Gout hinted at the possibility of trainers re-entering the water with orcas, albeit under strict safety protocols. The decision to allow trainers back into the water sparked controversy and raised questions about the park's commitment to ensuring the safety of its staff. The lawsuit shed light on broader concerns about the treatment of marine animals in captivity and the risks associated with close interactions between humans and killer whales. Smith's attorney, Charles Blelier, outlined key allegations of fraud and negligence against SeaWorld, emphasizing the park's attempt to conceal the incident and delay medical attention for Smith. Eventually, the case was settled out of court, but it was only the beginning of the uprising against SeaWorld. Is it too late for SeaWorld's redemption arc? Should they face more legal repercussions because of the countless injuries by trainers and decades of keeping animals in awful environments? We may not have the answers, but maybe another orca attack, similar to this one, could give the answers. Shown on screen.